You know that feeling when something's just a little off? It's not always some big dramatic thing. A lot of the time, our mental health kind of fades quietly in the background. So we're going to talk about 7 of those really subtle signs that you might be struggling, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it, like right now.
Yeah, that feeling. It's not like anything catastrophic happened. You didn't have a horrible day necessarily, but there's this persistent low-grade hum of unease, right? It's so hard to put your finger on, but you just know it's there.
And look, it's so important to see this feeling for what it is. It's not a weakness, not at all. Think of it as a signal. It's basically an early warning system from your brain. Your mind, your nervous system, it's all just trying to tell you, hey, something over here needs a little attention. All right, let's start with the signs that are pretty much invisible to everyone else. These are the battles that are happening inside your own mind. Those internal red flags that you feel way before anyone else has any clue. Okay, first up, constant irritability. Do you ever feel like suddenly everything just gets under your skin? I mean, the slow walker in front of you, the person chewing too loudly, even just someone breathing near you. It all feels just intensely, ridiculously annoying. And this is where the psychology behind it gets really interesting. It's not that the world suddenly got 10 times more irritating. Nope. It's that your window of tolerance is shrinking. Just think of it like your patience battery is running low. Your capacity to handle all those normal, everyday stressors is just smaller. So stuff that you normally wouldn't even notice now feels totally overwhelming. So what do you do in that moment? The absolute key is to consciously slow things way down. The second you feel that flash of anger, just take a beat. You have to actively work to not let one annoying moment totally ruin the rest of your day. It's all about containing that little fire, Don't let it spread. All right, next up is a huge one, constant fatigue. And I'm not talking about just being sleepy. This is that bone-deep, soul-crushing exhaustion where it doesn't matter how much you sleep, you never feel rested. That's a massive sign you're dealing with emotional exhaustion, not just physical. Your brain is just tired from being on high alert all the time. Okay, now this might sound totally backwards when you're that tired, but the answer isn't always more sleep. You could try delaying your morning coffee for a bit just to let your body wake up on its own terms, or get your heart rate up for just 5 or 10 minutes. It really kickstarts your system. Even something as simple as a splash of cold water on your face can help jolt you back online. This next sign, man, it's a quiet one, but it is a major red flag. It hardly ever starts with a big dramatic breakdown. It usually starts with just a single quiet thought. What's the point? If you find yourself with this creeping sense of dread or just hopelessness about what's coming, that's a really serious sign your brain is stuck in a nasty negative loop. So the way to start fighting this is to break it down into tiny pieces. You don't have to plan out your entire future. Just schedule one small thing you can genuinely, honestly look forward to. Seriously, it could be watching a new episode of a show you love, taking a walk, getting your favorite takeout. What you're doing is literally giving your brain some hard evidence that, yeah, there is a reason to expect something better. Okay, so now let's pivot to the external signs. These are the things that actually start to show up in your behavior. The warning signs that you, and maybe the people around you, can actually see. Sign number 4, you start to isolate yourself. You know the drill. You stopped replying to texts, you cancel plans, you just want everyone to leave you alone. And it feels like you're protecting yourself, right? But what's really happening is you're training your brain to believe that you are completely, totally alone in the world. The first step out of this hole is a tiny one. Seriously, you do not have to force yourself to go to a big party. Just go somewhere where other people are. A coffee shop, a library, a park. You don't even have to talk to anyone. Just that quiet exposure to other humans can gently remind your brain, oh, right, I'm part of a community, I'm safe. Okay, sign number 5 is a change in your appetite. And this one can swing in 2 totally opposite directions. For some people, it's eating to numb out feelings, using food for comfort. For others, you might just forget to eat because nothing feels worth the effort. Either way, it's a huge disruption in your basic self-care. So to start getting back in the driver's seat here, try bringing a little structure back into the picture. Plan your meals, even just a little bit. Maybe keep a super simple food log for a few days. You'd be surprised what kind of patterns pop up. And of course, if this keeps going on, it's always a good idea to chat with a doctor. Number 6, your sleep is an absolute mess. Maybe you can't fall asleep because your mind is running 100 miles an hour.
Or maybe you wake up a bunch, or you just wake up in the morning feeling like you haven't slept at all. When our mental health takes a hit, sleep is often one of the very first things to go, basically because our brain just refuses to switch off from danger mode. Okay, a solid bedtime routine is obviously a great place to start, but you can also try some other cool tricks. There's this thing called cognitive shuffling, which is basically where you force your brain to think of a bunch of random, unconnected things to break that cycle of anxious thoughts. Or you could try playing some calming sounds to help convince your nervous system it's okay to chill out. And finally, number 7, your personal hygiene starts to slip. You stop brushing your teeth as much, the laundry's piling up, you're skipping showers, and I really want to hammer this point home. This is not laziness. It is a sign that your nervous system is so completely overwhelmed that it's starting to shut down tasks it doesn't see as essential for immediate survival. So how do you fight this one? You just make it easier on yourself. You have to reduce the friction. So leave the floss picks right out on the counter. Put your toothbrush and toothpaste where you literally can't miss it. The bottom line is, the fewer steps a task takes, the more likely you are to actually do it when your energy is totally in the tank.
All right, so as we start to wrap this up, just remember, the most powerful thing you can possibly do is just notice these signs in yourself. And this is key, without judging yourself for it. That awareness, it's always the very first step to feeling better.
So let's just do a super quick recap. We've got constant irritability, that deep fatigue, feeling hopeless about the future, isolating yourself, changes in your appetite, your sleep suffering, and letting your hygiene slip. Seriously, just being able to spot these signs, that's your superpower. So here we are. And listen, the goal here isn't for you to feel overwhelmed by this list. Not at all. It's to feel empowered by it. So I just want to leave you with this one question. Just thinking about where you are right now. What is one small, kind thing you can do for yourself today?